Hello and welcome, and in this video we will be solving the math section of paper 1 of the 2023 20th August paper. So let's dig in. So this is part 2, mathematics, and it starts with the pedagogical questions. Let's go to question number 31. Which of the following statements about the nature of mathematics is are most appropriate? So if we see out here, we'll have can have 2 or 3 options. It helps the child to be creative. Yes. It helps in nurturing the child's imagination. Yes, maths helps in that. It is based on deductive reasoning. So yes, maths is based on deductive reasoning. It is always convergent. So this is an incorrect statement because maths is sometimes divergent, sometimes convergent. So option number 1, A, B and C would be the correct answer. Question 32. To develop appreciation for mathematics amongst children, a teacher performs the following activities in the class. Choose the one which is not effective to achieve her objective. She always praises the students who achieves highest marks. So no, this is not effective. This should be your answer. Let's see what else she does. She shows children videos of Indian mathematics. This is very good. She gives mathematical puzzles. Yes, she should do this. She establishes a mathematics corner. So not effective would be option number 1. Question 33. Which of the following statement is not correct? Again, we are going for a not correct. Errors of the students give information. This is correct. Errors in mathematics are a part of learning. Yes, all errors are a part of learning. Errors in mathematics help teachers to plan their lessons. Correct. So errors should be overlooked. No, this should never be done. Hence, this is the correct answer. It is not correct. Okay, question 34. Which of the following statement is not correct about assessment? Again, we are looking for a not correct kind of a question. Norm reference assessment is useful for diagnostic testing and remedial teaching. For this, you have to understand what is norm reference and what is criterion reference. Norm reference is when you compare the student with your peers. So the person who gets the highest marks is at the top, and then you kind of put the others as compared to this person. So this is norm reference. Whereas criterion reference is when you have a criteria that this is what you should know. You should be able to count to 20. You should be able to do these kind of dance moves. So that is criterion reference. Okay, so they have given 2 statements. We want to know whether it is useful in diagnostic testing and remedial teaching. So norm reference we do not know, uh, and we want the correct, not correct about assessment. So norm reference is useful in diagnostic testing, so it is not useful. Criterion reference assessment is to evaluate the mastery learning of the students. This is correct. Criterion reference assessment is useful in diagnostic testing and remedial teaching. This is also correct. Norm reference assessment tells us where a student stands as compared to other students or in his or her performance. This is also correct. So the one which is not correct is norm reference assessment is useful in diagnostic testing and remedial teaching. So criterion reference would be more useful because if you want to know whether the child has learned how to write from A to Z, for example, that is our criteria. We should have a criteria on which we diagnose whether the child is able to do something or not norm. Norm means if the best child in the class has not learned to write a few things, then he will be placed as the best, whether he fulfills the criteria or not. So this, since we are talking about what is not correct about assessment, the answer will be this, option number 1. Let's move on to question number 35. Mathematical learning material helps teachers in demonstrating the formulae. Okay, helps students in self-learning. Yes, it does. Helps teachers in providing instructions. No, it develops learning environment in the class. So B and D would be the correct options. This is what mathematical learning materials do. Go on to question 36. According to the NEP, Olympiads and competitions in various subjects will be dash across the country. So they will be strengthened across the country because NEP says that Olympiads promotes uh, critical thinking, and that is what we want, and they want more of such kind of exams. Question 37. Concepts like more, less, short, long, near, far, big, small, etc. What are they? So these are important pre-number concepts. Please remember that before a child learns how to uh, study maths. These are simply English adjectives. So simply is the tag word out here, negative word. Simply that, no. Antonyms, uh, they are antonyms but necessary for learning mathematics. They are vague terms. Yes, they are vague, but basically these are very important pre-number concepts. Question 38, according to the NCF 2005, classroom researchers have indicated a fairly systematic devaluation of girls as incapable of mastering mathematics, even when they perform well in mathematics. What is the most appropriate reason for this? So, NCF researchers have shown that girls are not valued as mathematicians. What is the reason for this? So, is it due to the fear of mathematics? Mathematics, by its nature, is male dominant? No. Gender constructs in the society have led to this belief. So, yes, it is basically gender constructs which have led to this belief uh, that girls are not good for maths. So, maybe a lot of opportunities don't open up for them. Even when they are looking for options, the society says, take up home science, don't take up maths. So, it is a gender construct of the society which believes that girls are not good enough for mathematics. Question 39, classroom researchers have shown that most of the students find maths very difficult, more difficult than other subjects they study. Which of the following aspect of the nature of mathematics adds to this fear? So the fear is due to the abstract nature of the primary concepts. So maths by itself is an abstract concept, and many teachers don't make that concept very real to students, and that is why uh, students have found maths to be more difficult. Let's move on to question number 40. Who among the following worked in the field of mathematical astronomy? So that is Aryabhat. This is just something that you have to know, that he was a mathematician as well as an astronomer. Okay. Question 41. This might look like a maths sum to you, but it isn't. It is a pedagogical question. Let's see what is being asked. A vegetable seller was selling spinach for rupees 60 per kg. Okay. Sonu purchased 350 grams of spinach for which the vegetable seller took 21 by thinking rupees 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 3. So 350 grams, 60 rupees is per kg, so 6 rupees is for 100 grams. So the vegetable seller has thought 6 rupees for 100, 200, 300 plus half of that, 3 rupees. So that is how the vegetable seller has calculated that he needs 21 rupees from Sonu. Which of the following statements are true regarding the mathematical skills used by the vegetable seller? It is ambiguous, so this is not true. The skill is not useful. It is a useful skill. Such skills help in developing alternate strategies. So C. So only C is the correct answer. Here, alternative ways of thinking about how addition can take place has been thought by the vegetable seller. Question 42, which of the following depicts a situation where children are constructing knowledge on their own? The best student in the class reads aloud? No. Children are reciting multiplication tables? No. Children are given manipulative like number grids and they are exploring patterns on their own. This should be the correct answer. Teacher has written? No. So option number 3, where the children are working with manipulatives on their own, they are themselves exploring and coming to some kind of conclusion, that would be constructing knowledge on their own. Which of the following is the most appropriate way to help a primary school learner visualize the equivalence between 2/3? So the same fact that 2/3 is the same thing as 4/6, we should use fraction discs. So fraction discs, I'll see if I can put in a picture of a fraction disc that will be able to clearly tell the student that these are equivalent fractions. A teacher uses her role play method in mathematics. What is her aim? Is it to keep children busy? So keeping children busy will never be the aim. Entertaining, not really. Maintaining discipline, no. So projecting ideas through role play is very uh, a useful method. Subitizing plays an important role in the development of number cells. Which of the following is an example of subitizing? So subitizing is when you use a certain pattern. For example, when you use tally, we use 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we just cross it. So whenever you see this symbol, you know that this is 5. Okay, so many people use tallies like this. Maybe they do up to 10. So this is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. So they know that this is 10. So just by looking at a pattern, when you know a number, it is also used in dice. So when you have, we can just look at this and say this is number 1. Similarly, if you see this design, this is number 6. So this kind of a shifting a pattern for a number, this is called subitizing. And so you've been asked for an example. Student recognizes the number 6 as 1 added to 5, so you're not subitizing here. Student rolls out a die and is able to say that it is 4 without actually counting. So this is subitizing. Let's see. Student recognizes the number 4 as 1 taken away. No. Number 5 as the successor of 4. No. So 2 will be the correct answer. We now move on to the questions which are maths based. So let's see. Question 46. Priyadarshini mixed 4.8 kg of almond, 2,500 grams of raisin, and 3.5 grams of cashew, and packed the mixture equally into 3 dozen packets. What is the weight of each packet? So we'll convert all of them into grams. So 4,800 plus 2,500 plus 3,500. This is equal to 10800 and equal into 3 dozen. So this has to be divided by 3 dozens, which gives us 300 grams. So the correct answer is 300 grams. The side of a square is 5 centimeters. So we have a 5 centimeter square. And how many times will the new area become if the side of the square is doubled? So instead of 5, it becomes 10. Area. So this is 5 into 5, 25, and this is 10 into 10, 100. So it becomes 4 times. So 25 into 4 is 100. Which one of the following groups have all 3-dimensional shapes? Okay, so we have semicircle. This is a 2D shape, not this. Cube, cuboid, circle and cone. So circle is a 2D. Cube, cuboid, circle and triangle. Both of these are 2D. So cube, cuboid, sphere and cylinder. So option number 4, we have all are 3D shapes. Question 49. Sangeeta wants to buy a soap that costs rupees 10. She has a 5 rupee coin. Okay, so she has 5 rupees. She has 2 1 rupee coins, so that's 2 rupees, and 5 50 paisa coins, that is 2 rupee 50 paisa. So she has a total of 9 rupee 50 paisa. How much more money does she need? So she needs 50 paisa more, which is out here, option number 2. She needs 50 paisa more. Select the group of fractions in an ascending order. So you want from the lowest to the smallest. So when the numerator is the same, the one with the smaller number is the higher. This has more value. Even otherwise, you can think in a circle. This will be bigger. This is half, whereas this is 1/3. This will be second, and 1/4 will be the smallest. So 1/4, 1/3, and half, ascending order. Question number 50, we have option 1 as the correct answer. Question 51, what is the missing number? So for this, you have to understand the pattern. Here, if you see between 1 and 6, there's a difference of 5. Between 6 and 15, you have a difference of 9. So it has increased by 4. So between 15 and whichever this number is x, it should be 9 plus 4, which is 13. Then 13 plus 4, the difference should be of 17, and that number should be 45. And if this continues, how do we know whether this is correct? If this continues, the next difference should be 17 plus 4, which is 21. So yes, 66 minus 45 is 21. So we are in the correct pattern, and therefore we need a number which is 13 more than 15, which is 28. So the correct answer is option 2, 28. Let's move on to question number 52. Read the following table. We have 4 blood groups given and number of students. What is the ratio of the most common and rarest blood group? Most common is O, which is 12, and rarest is 3. So what is the ratio they're asking? What is 12 is to 3? So 12 is to 3 is the same as 4 is to 1. Option number 3. 53. Which of the following statement is not true? A kite becomes a rectangle if its opposite angles are equal. Opposite angles are equal. I don't think this is true. Let's see the other. The rectangle becomes a square if all its sides become equal. This is a correct statement. A rhombus becomes a square if all its angles are equal. Yes. A parallelogram becomes a rectangle if all its angles are equal. So this is also correct. A kite becomes a rectangle because a kite is like this. Okay. So the opposite sides are, these two sides are same and these two sides are same. So it does not become a rectangle if the opposite angles are equal. That is the incorrect statement. Therefore, in question 53, 1 will be the correct answer. Let's move on to question 54. Amini is arranging 36 identical squares in the form of different rectangles. How many different types will she get? So she will get 1 into 36. This is one way she can get. So she will arrange it like this 36 times basically. Second way is that she does 2 into 18. So she will add, she'll pick up a few from here and then she will make double column. So you're finding the factors basically. So 1 into 36 is 1, 2 into 18, 3 into 12, 3 into 12. We'll go with 4. So 4 into 9, 4 nines are 36. It will also go 6 into 6. 7, 8, 9, 10. So nothing else will go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are 5 ways that she can form rectangles. Question 55. Rubina started her journey by car at 16:50. So she started at 4:50 in the evening, 4:50 p.m. and she finished at 9:15 on the same day. So 4:50, 5:50, 6:50, 7:50, 8:50. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 hours and 25 minutes because you have to reach 9:15. So it is 4 hours and 25 minutes, which is the correct answer. Okay, so you have a whole number. Let that number be x, has been added to 100 and the same number is subtracted from 100. Okay, you have 100 plus x and 100 minus x. The sum of the two resulting numbers. So if we add these two, what is the number which we get? So x and x will cancel and we will have 2. Question 57, 100 lakh. So this is something that you should know. 100 and then lakh. Lakh has 5 zeros. So where are we? So 100 lakh is 1 crore. Let's move on to question 58. Which of the following arrangements is descending order? So you want the biggest to the smallest. Let's see the biggest number, 10.5. Yes, there are 3 starting with 10.5. So option 2 is first cancelled. 10.5. The next number is 1.50. So both of these are cancelled. 1.50. So now we are choosing between option 1 and 4. Then we have 1.055 and 1.05. So 1.055 is definitely bigger than 1.05 because this is 1.050 and this is 0.55. So this goes out of current context. You don't have to look at anything else. So option 1 will be the correct answer. Question 59. Which of the following is not a factor of 3630? 3630, we have 11, 3, 5 and 9. So 3 is definitely a factor because 3630 it will go. 5, it ends with 0. So 3 and 5 are not the answers. So 3 and 5 are not the answers. It is between 11 and 9. So 3630, if you take the even numbers, that is 3 plus 3, and you have the odd number 6 plus 0, If you add them, they both become 0. So therefore, this number will be divisible by 11, and hence it will not be divisible by 9. You can also, if you have time, check this out. Question 60 is pretty interesting. This is the sum of 5 minus 5 plus 5 minus 5 to odd numbers. So we just have to take any odd number. So let's take 5 minus 5 plus 5. Okay. So any odd number, the minus 5 and plus 5 will just cancel, and we will be left with 5. So if this was even numbers, 5, so we have plus 5 minus 5 plus 5 minus 5, the answer would have been 0. But since we're looking at odd numbers, the answer would be 5. So with that, we come to the end of maths. So I hope that was useful. Thank you for watching.